Oh, I was saying. Oh yeah. So, a couple of things that we did do. We went to Crick.
Yeah.
And Crick was brilliant. I loved Crick.
Yeah, we had a really good time, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, some lovely, lovely stuff. We went on to, we went and had a look at loads of stalls. We bumped into some brilliant YouTubers, kind of happily, kind of pootling along, looking at stalls, and all of a sudden we hear, oh, I recognise that voice, but of course in a Durham accent, which I am not even prepared to do. And there was now about Helen, Linda, and Bella.
Yeah.
And then It's a Narrowboat thing turned up, like within seconds.
Yeah.
It was fabulous. And
Yeah.
then we went to the tent later on, and everybody was there nearly. So there was a Narrowboat experience, and then this Narrowboat adventure, and then Nutshell, or half of Nutshell, was Wendy.
Yeah.
And Let's Explore. Loads of people.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
It was really, really lovely, and it's nice to actually,
Yeah, meet them for real.
Yeah.
It was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good to chat to them. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I loved it. So anyway, hello. Hi. And then the other thing was, like you were saying, just bumping into viewers, which really surprised me. I mean, it actually properly surprised me. You're kind of looking at stalls and you'd hear someone say, oh, I recognise you from YouTube, or, and it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really nice to talk to people though,
Yeah,
and
they were
to find
lovely
out what they're
people.
up to.
And to hear all about their boats,
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
about the boats that they'll get in the future, or boats that they've had in the
Yeah.
past.
Yeah, so hello
it's
to those
lovely.
people
So
who
there-
said hello.
Hello. So anyway, so that's some of the things that we did. Well, that's one of the things that we did. What else did we do? We did this Narrowboat Training Day.
Yeah.
Which is what we're going to talk about today. Oh yeah. So we're in the middle of all of this stuff. We thought what we would do is go and actually spend some time on the water, because half the point of doing this boat up is that we can get on the water, and we sort of forget sometimes that being on a boat isn't actually about being in a kind of work yard and doing lots and lots of work. It's actually about being on the water, lovely water. So we went and we did a training day, and the training day we chose was called the Narrowboat Experience, and has nothing to do with the lovely Narrowboat Experience Wives. It's a training centre up in Leicestershire, and I've written it all down because I need to. And so it was run by the Narrowboat Skills Centre at Debdale Wharf Marina. And that is a stone's throw away, really, from Foxton and a little place called Gumley. And it's on the Grand Union, the Leicester line of the Grand Union. It's an RYA recognised training skills centre.
Yeah.
And the course that we did, I'd say it was the Narrowboat Experience Day. When we booked it, which was...
It was in May.
Was it May? I thought it was
May.
April.
No, it was May.
Wow, it was May. So it was a one-day workshop thing. It started at 9.
9 till 5.
Yeah.
And we went along the canal.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It cost £135 each, but we got to experience loads of stuff that we have never experienced, because we really are not boaters. When we embarked on this idea of having a narrowboat and living on a narrowboat, it was just, we have no experience of doing it. We don't do narrowboat holidays. We don't do, it's bonkers. I know, but we've done it. But we had about 10 minutes experience on a few day trip kind of fate fair type things where there were narrowboats involved. So, but that was like kind of pootling up and down the Trent and Mersey, I think it was, in Nottingham.
Yeah.
And although I did go into the locks, I did navigate into the locks, into one of the locks in Nottingham, That was really with someone basically standing there and ready to grab the helm, grab the tiller before I crashed into anything. Although I didn't crash into anything.
No, you didn't.
But anyway, so that was like 11 minutes of pootling.
So the day runs that there's a minimum of 2 people and a maximum of 3.
Yeah.
And the cruiser stern means you can just about sort of comfortably get 4 people on the back. So the instructor is there all the time.
Yeah.
1 person on the helm or on the tiller.
The audio on the day wasn't really good audio, so there'll be lots of voiceovers and things, I'm afraid. But there's lovely pictures.
And mainly because of the engine noise being stood on the stern of the boat. Obviously, you can hear the engine. So people are trying to speak over the top of that, and it's sometimes difficult when you've not got everyone mic'd up and you're looking for the sort of spontaneity of it.
Well, yeah, and it's just difficult generally.
Yeah.
But these are the things that we did. We just generally pootled. We started up the boat. We pootled and pootled and pootled. We went into locks. We worked locks. We went through tunnels. None of us crashed. We moored. We moored doing some really quite bonkers sort of parallel parking type procedures, which is actually, when you're on a stern and you've got such short arms like me, I was like trying to grab the controller and keeping a hold of the tiller and trying not to crash. It stretched me in many ways. You did a 3-point turn.
Yeah.
Which was brilliant, which was really cool. I chickened out of the 3-point turn. Ian did a 3-point turn, did a turn in a winding hole, because we went up to Foxton. He did a turn at the winding hole, because that's where I also chickened out. That's about what we did, which was a day's worth of activity. Yeah. We had lovely lunch. Lunch is put on. It's all part of the package. I'm looking up again because the kites are back. You can tickle the tummies.
Maybe they think we're food.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is close.
That is really close.
Right.
Anyway, that's it. So, hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, we had a really good day, and we had a lot of fun, didn't we?
What a brilliant day.
Yeah.
Knackered by the end of it. Hope you enjoy the video. If you do enjoy it, please remember to like it. If you've never been to any of our videos before, or our channel before, subscribe and you'll see some of the other slightly bonkers things that we do.
Yeah, and leave comments below, and do share the video with friends, and we hope to see you again. Yeah,
and if you've been on training days, or if you've done like the helmsman's course or anything, let us know how you got on with it, and recommend other courses that other people might be interested in. Because half the point of our doing this is that it's all about sharing for us.
Which is amazing, yeah. If we were on a lot of canals, we'd be queuing for lots and quite a bit. Yeah, a touch maybe, but again, you can still get out of the way if someone does come around there.
Yeah. Oh. Taking my eye off the ball.
Yeah, it does happen quite quick. But no, it's fine actually. You're getting back onto the right side. She'll come round. Now straighten up, you'll be fine. But it's good. You've not been afraid to give it, a good amount of steering, shall we say. A lot of people are a bit timid and only move it a bit and then wonder why it's not doing anything. Well, you do have to be quite decisive with it. So at this point, or near enough, you're going to bring the tiller back and put it into reverse to give you some more room. You want to take the boat back across that way. That's it. Very easy. do more than 2, maybe 3 moves. A longer boat like yours, the alternative way, and we'll do this not in this boat because it's too short, but when we go the other side along we'll do it, is to actually plant the bow in the shallow bit. So you actually run it deliberately into the bank.
That's how I do it on the other canal.
Yeah. That's really good when there's wind as well, because you've got a firm anchor point then for the boat to turn against. And if the wind's blowing, it won't blow you off.
Makes it look so easy.
Where's the brake? Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, that's the problem. There is. So, do a bit of reversing now. So see if you can go reverse. We'll go back. Aim to go back and not far, you don't want to get close to those boats. But just see what happens. So, as I say, it doesn't really matter what you do. So I tend to keep the bow around a bit. And it's that you've got a little bit of backwards. So that's not really nice. Then back into reverse. Keep doing that right the way of this canal now. And as I say, you maintain. Well, you don't want to get too close to those anyway, but you're in the right place because you are nice away from there. But you probably now could just carry on going, just watching the bow, because I know the bow's going that way a bit now, so you'll probably put the tiller across that way. A little burst of forward. You're not going to do it once at this point, I'll put it into reverse. Again, fairly aggressively. Trick with this at the moment is to head as you are as much to the middle of the tunnel as you can. Your night vision will gradually come into play as you get in the tunnel, but be looking at the roof and you'll begin to see the beam of the light appear on the roof, and you want to keep that beam in the centre of the roof, so react with the tiller to try and steer it so that beam stays pretty much central, and then you'll steer a straight course. always aim to go through a bridge as straight as you can. Never actually turn in the bridge, because that's when you'll hit. That's good. You could potentially have got a bit closer for a take off, but that's fine. Expecting us to come in. I don't, like, you can see what happened then, he hit the gate. Now a lot of people will only open one gate when they're
It must damage them.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It does damage them.
Hello.
Hello.
If I saw a boat right in the distance coming the other way, I would not start filling this lock. I'd wait for them to come. I'd probably open the gates for them.
Yeah.
Be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let them in, then fill the lock, wait for them to go, and then I can come in. That way again I've saved water because I've saved one movement.
So made new friends.
Yeah, and exactly, they're going to thank you for it, so that's right. So that's the thing, if it's full, then it would be my right of way coming down,
Yeah.
and they'd have to wait, and I'd expect them to do so.
There's two sets of paddles. We've got a ground paddle with that 1894 on, so cool because it's in the ground. And then you've got the gate paddles, obviously, on the gate. And the ground paddle will let a lot more water in than the gate paddles. Okay, now there really is the prime means of letting the water through. And what it does, it opens, there's a channel under here, that the water goes in from over there, there's a paddle in the middle of it, and it comes out under the surface there. Always open the ground paddles before the gate paddles, okay? And you're watching the helmsman, because when you open that, there's an awful lot of turbulence here, and that's what can upset the movement of the boat and can slam it one way or the other. Now if the helmsman can't control it, you may even want to drop that paddle a bit until he gets back into control. But wait, essentially, until the helmsman's happy before you even look at doing the gate paddles. And you wouldn't do the gate paddles, you see those louvers there?
Yeah.
That's where the water comes through. Very often on gates they haven't got those louvers and the water will come straight through. If your boat was a 70-footer and it was up this end, potentially if it was a deeper lock, that water could come straight in the front of the boat. So that's why you do the ground paddle first, to let the boat rise up enough. And really you want that louver under the water or there or thereabouts, and the boat high enough up before you open the gate paddles. And the purpose of that is just to get more water in so you're not spending longer in the lock than you have to. But ground paddles first, gate paddles second. Now the next thing to remember if you're coming up is which side. If there's two boats in, doesn't matter. If you're on your own, it's going to be that knocking you about that you're going to be worried about. So if I'd moored up on this side, okay, and the helmsman's got his rope around that bollard, I'd open this ground paddle first. That might seem a bit counterintuitive because you might think the water's going to push me that way. Well actually it doesn't happen. What happens is the water comes in there, it bounces off that wall and pushes me back into this wall.
Okay.
Okay, so you do that ground paddle first, you wait till the helmsman's happy. If you want to get more water in, you could just wait, you know, to come up gradually and then you do that gate paddle. But if you want to get more water in, go across the other side. When the helmsman's happy, open that ground paddle. It rises up a bit more. When it's up to the level of the louvers, open that gate paddle, then come back across, open this gate paddle. And that's letting the maximum amount of water in. But as I say, you're always watching the helmsman, you're always making sure that he's happy and he's in control of the boat while you're doing it.
So how long is this lock?
It's, I think about 75 foot, this, or 76, something like that. They're fairly big ones. You get a 70-foot boat in with a bit to spare.
Yeah. the paddle. This is what's holding the paddle, and here. No, so this is the latch that just basically locks that thing in place.
What's a paddle?
It's the paddle is the well, it's the piece of wood, sometimes metal, that is covering the louvers, so that it's where the water comes in. It stops the water getting in.
Both do the same job.
Yeah.
That's it. Good. Right.
Oh, blimey.
I need a volunteer just to hold the centre line.
Okay, I can do that.
I'll demonstrate to two how. Then we can swap over how you do the mooring up. So take a nappy pin, and you can use these anywhere where you got this galvanised whaling, as it's called, because what it does, it slots behind and then just latches up like that.
Okay.
It gives you a nice secure mooring without doing any damage to any ropes. There's an alternative which you can get, which is like a piece of chain with a big loop on one end and a small loop on the other. You drop it through there and put the small loop through the
Like
big
a dog
one.
collar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So take your mooring line. Make sure it's under the seat. Put a loop through the end of the nappy pin. That one hasn't got a ring, but it doesn't matter. You just put it through the.
Yeah.
Always do that and hold the loop and the free end, because now you've done that, if you drop it in the water you're not going to lose it.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what normally happens. So take the loop, put it over the dolly, choose a spot. The best spot is close to where there's a bolt going through to the dead man behind, because there's a pile in there and that holds it through, and that's a nice strong point. So we can pop it through. We'll pop it through there. Well, about 45 degrees to the boat, but we're going to pull the boat up a bit anyway. So that through there, once around the dolly, like that, and you go underneath, twist it, and back over the top. And that way, it can't loosen, because you've trapped the rope. I'll let you have a go in a bit, but we'll go and do the bow. So same thing, loop through, hold the loop and the free end, and then find a spot. Needs to be probably a bit more than 45 rounds. I'll probably go up here somewhere.
Yeah. Put it on first.
No, it's easier probably to put it through here first, and it goes in your spot. That's it, think about it. Now keep a bit of tension on the loop, holding the free end. Walk back to the boat and get onto the boat. It's easier to do it from the boat in the bow, because obviously you can.
Yeah.
Sometimes a bit of a stretch. Is it? Well done. So put your loop over the T-stud, and now you want to take up the slack on that free end.
Yeah.
It's just the free end. Just hold it.
Just a
tight.
single rope.
That's
Yeah.
it. I'll let go of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just take it up the slack. And you want to try and get it as tight as possible now, and that will hold you against the bank if anyone comes by at speed.
Yeah.
And so you need to just watch at the back, see that's tight, it is, it's tightened up on the back, so that's good. So now, once around the base of the T-stud, that's it. And now, you just do, I'll demonstrate that. You did it, there we go. I've done it. So you do once around, and then just a loop over the top like that. So you twist it over the top, and that again traps it, so that it can't come loose. Okay?
So once round.
You've done the once round already.
Oh yeah. So a loop
So twist it now.
like that.
That's it. You've got it.
And that way.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
That's it.
Got it.
That won't come loose. I mean, if you wanted to make doubly sure, you could do that a couple of times.
Yeah.
But we're only stopping for lunch, and that's not going to come on board. So, to do that safely, onto the boat, and just unhook the bit around the T-stud, wind that loop off, and then grab the loop, keep hold of the free end, and then grab the loop, and take that off the T-stud. You might as well let a bit off the free end to do it, that's it. And then you walk back to the bank, it's the reverse of what you did when you got on there. You walk back to the bank with both of them. The trouble is, try not to drop one, because if that loop comes out of the...
Yeah, you get your arm.
You could drop the nappy ring and lose
Yeah.
it. So holding both the free end and the loop, unhook your nappy ring, just release it from there. Now you can take the rope out of it. And you just put that back on the boat. All get back on. We're going to spring off. If you put it into reverse now, just let her come back.
How that much?
Yeah, that's fine. Just keep it like that. You'll find it now pulls us into the bit.
Yeah.
The more power you put on reverse now, the more the bow will swing out, and that will counter the wind.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no wind today, so
Yeah.
it's doing it easy. But when you're pointing in the middle as you are, you then move forwards. And if you slick enough, you can just unhook it,
No, nifty.
bring it on board, and then just deal with it. You know, or the crew deals with it, while the helmsman carries on steering. It's probably the easiest way. Let's go back under the step, thank you. But you can spring off at either the bow or the stern, so if you wanted to go off backwards, you'd leave the stern, the bow attached, the motor forwards. That would push the stern out into the canal. The only thing is you've got to have someone up the front
you've got to get up
to
there,
unhook it as you start going back.
Yeah.
Or forwards again, sorry.
Yeah.
Speed up a little. I would. Yeah, it is, yeah. You won't see it until
You see it when you get used to the downstairs. You can see it just on the reef now.
So I'd speed up a little bit, Jack, and it's just because it'll be slightly easier with a bit more steerage. That's it.
We let them pass on our left.
Yeah, they have to, which is unfortunate in a way because they've got the nice wooden rubbing strake on the wall and we haven't. So tiller to me. Yeah. Now straighten up. Now straighten up. So tiller to you quite a bit. This is the thing in the tunnel. Once you get out of a straight line, you have to overcorrect a bit. Well, what can I say?
Well done.
3 top students, eh?